Please be seated. Two great stories. We're now in John's Gospel. We've been in Mark's Gospel. In Mark's Gospel, lots of details, lots of moving and all that. Very brief, short explanations. But in John's Gospel, there's this large sweep. There's this idea of cosmos that Jesus is sort of brushing across the landscape. Doesn't really touch much. He's just brushing across the landscape and doing the Jesus thing. Let's start with the second story that we heard. There were two stories in this gospel. The second story is Jesus walking on the water out toward the disciples who had gotten away from the crowds and gotten in a boat. They love their boats, don't they? Jesus is walking out on the water, and the storm comes up. It's turbulent out there. And they see Jesus walking on the water toward them. And they ask him to help them. And he calms the storm. And then he said, "Get in the boat with us, Jesus." And then John, writing the gospel, says, and they immediately arrived at the shore where they were headed. "Get in the boat with us, Jesus." And immediately they arrived at the shore where they were headed. Let's use that as the first story. Because I'm assuming that everybody in this room wants to have Jesus in the boat with them, right? That's why we're here. We're hoping. We're praying. We're saying, storm's a little rough out there, or maybe it's really good, but we want to have Jesus in the boat with us. Now let's look at the first story that's in this series in John's Gospel. The first story is fairly familiar to a lot of folks who go to church and in Sunday school. You've heard the feeding of the 5,000. The story from 2 Kings that was read is about Elisha and sharing bread with 100. So it's a kind of a common story that might appear throughout biblical times. But in Jesus' story, John's story of Jesus and the feeding of the 5,000, something amazing happens. 5,000 people are fed. And all they've got to start with, well, is nothing. Well, the disciples said, "How are we going to feed these people? 500 denarii, we didn't get started." Andrew shows up with a boy who has his lunch pack. He's got 5 loaves and two fishes. Jesus says, "Sit down." Let's everybody just sit down. He takes the fishes and the loaves. He gives thanks for them, and he begins to share. And what happens is, everybody gets fed, so much so that there's 12 baskets left over of the barley loaves. Doesn't say the fish got left over. I guess the fish was better than the barley. 12 baskets were left over. This is a miracle. It is a thing that happened in biblical times with Jesus, and Jesus was right there. But is Jesus just a sort of a magician? Somebody that could kind of whip it up when you want it? Or does Jesus sort of reach into people's lives with what they present, with what they have, with what they need, and says, "If you'll ask me to get in the boat with you, you don't know what's going to happen. But it's going to be good. Just watch." Let me tell you a story that I heard from Hawaii. I get a newsletter from a church in Hawaii. This actually made national news. Little boy for Christmas, this little boy, 8 years old, his grandfather gave him a jar of coins. And it was loose change that the grandfather had accumulated over a period of time. And for Christmas, he gave him this jar of coins, about this big. The boy's name is John. He goes to church at St. James in Waimea. And at St. James in Waimea, it's on the Big Island. One end of the Big Island, there's this volcano that's erupting and sort of making more island down on the other end of the island. And St. James is safe from that, but they're helping out. So he has this jar of coins. grandfather, when he gave him the jar of coins, he said, all of this is yours except for the dimes. I'm sorry. All of this is to be given away. If there's a need, I want you to give this away, but you can keep the dimes for yourself. So you can keep the dimes and give the rest of it away. Which kind of harkens to a tithe in reverse, but that's not the story I want to tell. So he's got this jar of coins. Well, he hears about the needs of the people in the volcano area, which is some miles away on the other end of the island, and they have a list of things that they need. So the little boy asked his mother, he said, can we go get some of the list? She took him shopping. And he didn't get just one thing on the list. He got the whole list. There was like 11 things on there they needed. He spent about $50 out of his jar getting 11 things. Showed up at the church with him, and everybody was amazed. So the priest put it in the newsletter, hey, look, Jonah's jar. Jonah's jar. He bought all these things. Somebody wrote the church a check for $5,000. He said, if you've got that kind of courage and faith from little Jonah, I want to be a part of it. And he added to it. Think about loaves and fishes. Think about the seeds of generosity and what they would do. Think about the mentoring program that's at this church, where it gathers little girls, talks to little girls about how they might learn and be good citizens and participate in a life that maybe they don't know at home, but here they've got some taste of it. The seed is planted. Think about the seeds that can be planted in your life. The things that you know, the things that you hold. I was on a conference call several months ago with a group of people that I have to meet with regularly. We do a lot of work together in the church. And part of our meeting is we are asked to check in. And by checking in, I think it means wine. So this group, there's about a dozen of us on the phone call, and I was kind of down the list on the checking in. And everybody's got to talk about this and how that wasn't going right. How this was not too good, that's not too good. It finally got to me, and I was tired of listening to the whining and wanted to cut this whole business short so we could get on with the real meeting. They said, well, Rick, how you doing? I said, look, I ate today, I sleep under a roof, I got a decent pension, I'm better than 3/4 of the people in my life in this world. So let's move on. Most of the people in the sound of my voice know where you're going to eat today. You know where you're going to sleep, and it's going to be indoors. We have been blessed. We have been given so much. And it may seem like just little things, like, well, I earned that. Well, sure you did. But it's that kind of seed, that kind of sharing, that kind of giving, that kind of let people know that it is possible that will begin miracles. We don't have to live in violent neighborhoods. We don't have to live in fear of our own government. We don't have that. We can do better. We can be better. And it might be a miracle, but it can happen. First thing we got to do is what you've done this morning. Ask Jesus to get in the boat with you. Before you know it, you're going to be right where you want to be. Ask him, Jesus, get in the boat. Before you know it, you're at shore. The next thing is to look for what you have to offer. What do I have to offer? Maybe it's just coins in the jar. Maybe it's loose change. You take the change out of your purse, pocket, throw it in something. Next time you're going through McDonald's, buy the guy behind you a drink. I did it one day in a Home Depot. I was in line, this fellow was delivering something. He was just picking up a snack and stuff. And I said, here, get in line in front of me. He did. And as we got finally the cash register, I told the lady, I said, just ring goes up, put him on my tab, let him go on. He's a busy man and he got to work. You would have thought I gave that guy $100. Big smile got on his face. He said, man, thank you. He said, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning delivering stuff to various stores. I just need the snack to carry me over until I get home tonight. It's like 11 in the morning. I bought a pack of crackers and a Coke. I'd have bought his lunch if I'd known the whole story. It's a little thing, but it's a seed. It's a seed of generosity, of niceness. It's a seed of hope. It's a seed that says it's not going to be bad. And we're not going to be hungry. Back during the political campaign, there was a lot of talk about Medicare and medical stuff in the country, and one rabbi said, if I have something that I call good, that is for me good, medical care, health care, something that I call merit, it is offensive to the Almighty that I would not want everyone to have an opportunity to have that. It is offensive to God not to share the goodness of life. It is offensive to God. It prevents the miracle from taking place. If we would not share that which we've been given a taste of. You're here because you want Jesus in your boat, and you're going to ride him safely to the shore. We've all got something we can share. A gift. Something that will produce the miracle.